Ja, ons is live, jy kan so lank begin.
Dankie. Good morning, grade 5s, and welcome to English First Additional Language, our last day of week 7. I am Mrs. de Klerk, your English teacher, and guys, I just want to remind you, please to keep your videos off and to keep your chats related to what we will be doing today, okay? Today we will look at poetry. The poems I chose for you today are all funny poems, and seeing that it's Friday, I thought we all need a good laugh, so I hope you're going to enjoy this lesson. Let's quickly recap on what we did Thursday. Okay, Thursday we focused on writing. We looked at the different parts of a recipe. We looked at how to write the ingredients, the method, and the utensils. We looked at the way we write them. And then you guys also were supposed to write your own one. And thank you for those who emailed me their recipes. And I'm surely going to try out some of them the weekend. Thank you, guys. Okay, today we are going to look at a poem, and we are going to predict what the poem is about. You are going to listen to me as I read the poem. We will read through the poem together and answer some questions about it, identify some rhyming words, and learn about 3 different types of poems. Now, who of you enjoy poetry? Quickly type in your box for me, like poetry. Let me see what you guys have to say. Me, I do, me. Okay, that is fantastic. Now, today's poem is short, but it's funny. So, Nia, those of you guys who say you don't really enjoy it, maybe this one can change your mind a little bit. Okay, so you are quite good at poetry. All right, let's see. Let's quickly speak about the 3. There are a lot of different poems, but we're just going to focus on 3 today. So let me just move. Okay. Firstly, we're going to look at narrative poems. Now, they are poems that tell a story. It can be a long story, a short story, it doesn't matter. It can be a short poem that describes something that happened. Okay, it's always a poem that tells a story. It doesn't have to be serious. It can be a funny story. It can be completely unrealistic. It can be very realistic. It could be a bit dramatic, but a narrative poem always tells a story or describes something that happened. The second type of poem we're looking at is a lyric poem. And this describes a narrator's emotions or feelings. Now, these type of poems are usually meant to be read out loud because you can put a lot of emotion in it, and you can be dramatic or you can be funny, okay? So these are poems that describe someone's emotions or feelings, and usually it is something that you should read out loud. In the third one we're looking at today is a descriptive poem. And a descriptive poem gives a detailed description of a person or an object or an event. Again, none of these poems have to be serious. It can be, or it can be funny, it doesn't matter, as long as it describes in detail a person, an object, or an event. Now, I went and took 3 poems that we're going to look at, and you can tell me which kind of poem, which type of poem you guys think it is. Okay, here is the first one. My puppy punched me in the eye. This is a poem by Ken Nesbitt, and you can go look up his poetry on the internet as well, and you can use it. He gives permission for us to use his poems. Okay, So let's read it quickly. My puppy punched me in the eye. My rabbit whacked my ear. My ferret gave a frightful cry, and roundhouse kicked my rear. My lizard flipped me upside down. My kitten kicked my head. My hamster slammed me to the ground and left me nearly dead. So my advice? Avoid regrets, no matter what you do. Don't ever let your family pets take lessons in Kung Fu. Right, guys, this was quite a funny one. Now I want you to tell me quickly, what type of poem do you think this is? Do you think it is a narrative poem, a lyric poem, or a descriptive poem? I'm going to go back to the slide where it tells you what it is, and then you tell me. Remember, narrative poem tells a story. A lyric poem describes someone's emotions or feelings, and a descriptive poem gives a detailed description of a person. So this one, where do you think it fits in? Does it tell a story about something that happened? Does it give a description about a specific person or animal or object? Or does it speak about feelings? Let's see what you guys say. It is a funny poem, but remember, all three, a lyric, a narrative, or a descriptive poem, can be funny. All of them can be funny, but which type out of those three is it? Okay. Right, guys, I'm going to show you the difference between all three. This one is a narrative poem. Okay. The reason why we say it's narrative is because it tells a story about this boy and all his animals who did kung fu on him. So it tells the story about the puppy, the rabbit, the ferret, the lizard, and all of these animals. It's not a specific description about a person, and it is not something that conveys his feelings all the way. Okay, I'm going to show you the difference in the following ones we'll be looking at. Our next poem is called Nicknames. It's also a Ken Nesbitt poem. Now listen what this boy has to say. My aunt calls me Elizabeth. My grandma calls me Liz. My sister calls me Lisa. And the baby calls me Wiz. My uncle calls me Betty, while my grandpa calls me Beth. My brother calls me Dizzy Liz, or sometimes Lizard Breath. My teacher calls me Betsy, and my friends all call me Bess. I find these nicknames more annoying than you'd ever guess. I wish that they would call me by my real name instead. I simply hate those nicknames. See, my real name is Fred. And this was also quite a funny one because everyone else gives him girls' names, right? Okay, now remember, when you look at this poem, you will see that he is speaking about how he feels about it when everyone else calls him different names. So what type of poem is it if we describe feelings? Is it a narrative poem, a lyric poem, or is it a descriptive poem? Aha. Yes, I want you to name one of those three. If it talks about feelings, it's going to be a lyric poem. Some of you got it right. You got it right. On the back. It's a lyric poem because it speaks about this boy's feelings. How does he feel about the fact that everyone calls him something different and it's all girls' names? Even here, you guys will see, he uses a strong emotional word here. He's speaking about how he feels, he uses the word hate. Okay, look at our next one. Again, our author is Ken Nesbitt. This one's title is I'm Clever Whenever. Let's read it. I'm clever whenever there's no one around. Alone, on my own, I profess I'm profound. In private, I'm Einstein. Secluded, I'm smart. My genius increases the more I'm apart. If you think I'm clueless, it isn't a trick. When people are present, I'm dumb as a brick. But don't think I'm daft or not mentally sound. Whenever I'm clever, there's no one around. Another funny one of Ken Nesbitt. Okay, this boy is speaking about himself. He is describing himself. Even though it's funny and he's saying that he's actually very smart when he's alone, even though it might seem like he's dumb as a brick when other people are present, he is describing himself. So what type of poem describes someone? Let's see what you guys are saying. Do you think he's shy, Zara? Aha! You guys are getting it now. Zara, you might be right, by the way. But my question is, what type of poem? Good, you guys. See, if you think about it that way, if you think about that he is describing himself, it's easier for you to see what type of poem it is. So this is a descriptive poem. Remember we said in the beginning, a narrative poem tells a story. A lyric poem is about emotions or any type of emotion that someone is experiencing. And then this poem, the descriptive poem, will describe a person or an object or an animal. I see the chat box, oh, sorry, is flickering. So I just want to see what you guys have to say. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Now we are going to read a poem together. Are you ready? Then we will be answering some questions. But before I tell you what the poem is, and before we read it, we are going to use pictures as clues. What do you guys see in this picture? What can you see? You see the screen now? Is it back? Are you guys not seeing my screen? Are you seeing my name? Let me just quickly see what's going on here. Just hold on. I'm trying to get it back up for you, okay? There, you guys see it? Okay, sorry about that, guys. Right, okay. Now type in your chat box for me quickly. What do you see there? That's an easy question. You just need to tell me what you see. Okay, good. And now? You think it's fish, Neo? Good, seeing seaweed for the first time. It does seem that way because their eyes are so big. Yeah, most of you are saying fish. And here is the surprise element. What do you see now? Okay, I see you guys all say fish, but what do you see on the picture now? Aha, a racket, a tennis ball. So if you look at those three pictures, what do you think this poem is about? It seems very unrelated. A tennis ball, a racket, a fish, and a fishbowl. Lutando, you saying an invisible person playing tennis, maybe. Praise, a fish playing tennis, maybe. Those are all good guesses. There you have it. This poem is about a fish playing tennis, so some of you were right. Okay. Let's listen to the poem. I'm going to read it to you first, and then we can all read it together. You can just read it out loud where you're sitting as well with me. But let me read it so you only listen to it now, okay? This is, again, a Ken Nesbitt poem. My goldfish took up tennis. My goldfish took up tennis. They installed a little net at the bottom of their fish tank for the first official set. They got tennis balls and rackets. They got tennis shoes and shorts. For my fish are fond of tennis more than any other sports. It's a funny thing to watch them when they practice every day, as the tennis balls they serve each other always floats away. And there you have it. Okay. My goldfish took up tennis. There is the poem and the poet, so you can read it for yourselves. Okay. Now we are going to look at the structure of the poem. So let's read the first 4 questions, and then we are all going to read the poem together. Right, the first question, what is the title of the poem? That is an easy one, right? You agree? Where will you find the title? Dun, 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 dun. There we go. Who is the poet, the person who wrote the poem? His name always has to be visible on a poem, and it will either be up here or at the bottom here. Okay. Then we will look at the rhyming words in the poem, and then we will see how many syllables each of those rhyming words have. So are you guys ready to read it with me? I want us all to read it, so where you are sitting, your parents can even listen to you read, then you get some exercise in reading as well. Okay, so don't switch on any microphones, just read it to yourself in front of your computer or smartphone. You can read with me. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. My goldfish took up tennis. My goldfish took up tennis. They installed a little net at the bottom of their fish tank for their first official set. They got tennis balls and rackets. They got tennis shoes and shorts. For my fish are fond of tennis more than any other sports. It's a funny thing to watch them when they practice every day, as the tennis balls they serve each other always floats away. Okay, did you guys read? I hope so. Did you read? Quickly type in your chat box. I want to know if you read. Good news. Oh, nice, guys. Well done. Good. Okay, let's look at the first question. What is the title of the poem? You can write the answer in your chat box. What is the title of the poem? Good, Praise. You got it right. The title of the poem. I'm waiting for the rest of your answers. Yes. Okay. I want to tell you something when you answer this question quickly. My goldfish took up tennis. So you can just write, if someone asks you to write the title of the poem, you can just write the title. But remember, the title is written in capital letters. Do you see here? So when you rewrite it, you have to do the same. You cannot rewrite it and just use small letters everywhere, okay? You have to write it the same way as it is written here. It is the name of the poem, so we will use capital letters. The next question, who is the poet, the person who wrote the poem? Quickly write your answers in the chat box. Good, Praise. The poet is Ken Nesbitt. Well done. Good. Remember as well, when you write his name, again, it's a person's name, you need to use capital letters. Nesbit. What are the rhyming words in the poem? Let's quickly look at the poem. We're going to look at the last words in every line. Net, tank, set, rackets, shorts, tennis, sports, them, play, other, away. So which words rhyme? Is it tennis and net, tennis and fish tank, or net and set? Can you quickly type out for me all the rhyming words? You can type in all three stanzas, all of them, okay? Yes, you are right. The first one in the first 4 lines is net and set. And what about the next one? What about here? There we go, Naledi, well done. Ethan, yes. Shorts and sports. And let's look at the last stanza. Which 2 words rhyme here? Good, Amanda. Good, Praise. Good, Ethan. Let's quickly see. Net and set, shorts and sports, day and away. Okay, so well done on that one. I think most of you got that. Now we are going to look at how many syllables each of those rhyming words have. So we will look at all of them, okay? Net, set, shorts, sports, day and away. How many syllables does net have? That's an easy one. Only one, net. Set, also only one. Shorts, 1 syllable. Sports, 1 syllable. Day, 1 syllable. Away, 2 syllables. Okay, you guys, I see this chat box flashing a lot. Let me see what, oh, you wrote all the answers for me. Well done. Yes, so only away has 2 syllables. Away. Right. All of the rest, 1 syllable. Let's continue. Now we are going to answer questions about the poem. Right. Can a fish really play tennis? We are going to read all the questions first, okay? What kind of poem is this? And if you tell me what kind, you need to motivate your answer. So if you say it's a descriptive poem, you have to say, because it describes what? If you say it is a lyric poem, you have to say, because it describes someone's emotions. If it is a narrative poem, you can tell me that it's telling a story, okay? Number 4, why is it funny for the narrator to watch them? We're going to read it again now, and then we'll get into that. And then number 5, I want to know from you, what sport are you fond of? What sports do you like? Right, so let's read it again, and then we will answer these questions. My goldfish took up tennis. My goldfish took up tennis. They installed a little net at the bottom of their fish tank for their first official set. They got tennis balls and rackets. They got tennis shoes and shorts. For my fish are fond of tennis more than any other sports. It's a funny thing to watch them when they practice every day, as the tennis balls they serve each other always float away. Okay, now you guys can answer the questions. Let's do number 1. Can a fish really play tennis? Quickly type your answers for me in a full sentence, please. Not only no. No, it. I want you to practice to type out in a full sentence, starting with a capital letter and ending in a period or whatever punctuation mark you will use. So you have to practice that for me. Can a fish really play tennis? No, it can't. Of course not. Okay. What kind of poem is this? I'm very interested to see what you guys answered. Is it narrative? Is it descriptive? Is it lyric? Let's see what you guys said. Quickly type in your text box for me. What kind of a poem is this out of the 3 we did today? Okay, come guys, I have 1 answer, 2, 3 answers for, okay, yeah, they're coming through, good. You guys are all right. Well done. It is a narrative poem. Now, why do you say that? This is the most important question. Why do you say that? You can type your answers. You're absolutely right when you say it's a narrative poem, but I want you to tell me why. Because what does it do? It tells a what? Yes, Neo, you are right. It tells a story. Naledi, yes. Yes, Zara, very good. It's a narrative poem because it is telling a story. Good job, guys. Well done. Tells a story. Now, the next question says, why is it funny for the narrator to watch them? Now, let's read this last part again. Funny thing to watch them when they practice every day. As the tennis balls they serve each other always float away. Now you have to answer and tell me, why does he say that it's a funny thing to watch them when they practice every day? What is happening? Why is it so funny to him? I'm going to read what you guys have to say. Good, Amanda. Good, Naledi. You are right, it is funny, but why? We want to know why it is funny. Bula, yes, good. It's funny because the tennis balls they serve each other always float away. Good, you guys are right. That is the answer. It is funny because the tennis balls they serve each other always float away. On the screen, in that sentence, there's a mistake. I want to know who of you can see it in this sentence. There's a mistake in here. Let's see who's the first one who can tell me what is wrong in that sentence. Read it again. You will see. It is funny because the tennis balls they serve each other always floats away. What is the mistake? Here is the mistake. We are speaking about tennis balls, and here it says float. there shouldn't be an S there. Do you see this? Yes, the S is a mistake. Well done. Okay, the last question, and this is the one I am interested in so that I can get to know you better. I love sport, and I do hope all of you do sport at school. I was a very keen tennis player many years ago. Netball player, sorry. I do like to play tennis, but I was a very keen netball player, and I still like to play netball. So I also play squash. I would love to hear what sport you guys love, and if you do sport. Zara, also netball. Lutandu, soccer. Zara, netball, praise. I love netball. Ethan, I love rugby. Bule, netball. Bunana, soccer. Faith. Cricket, nice. I also play. Yeah, cricket is also very nice. Zara, I'm a netball player. Faith, cricket. Neo, none. Oh no. I'm fond of soccer. I love to play netball. I love hockey. Good. Soccer, tennis. It seems like a lot of you really enjoy sport, and that is a fantastic thing. Faith, you also sing. Good. Okay, well, it's nice for me to get to know you guys better. Faith, computers, it's not a sport. You guys are silly. Okay. Now I am going to tell you what your homework is. And I really do hope that you will email this to me, because I'm very excited to see what you come up with. You are going to write your own narrative poem. You can write about anything. Remember, your poem needs to tell a story. It's going to be only 8 lines. So 4 lines, 2 stanzas, 4 lines and another 4 lines. And then line 2 and line 4 should rhyme, and line 6 and line 8 should rhyme. I'm going to go back to the poem so that I can show you what I mean, but you guys can take a screenshot or a photo of this quickly, or you can quickly jot it down. I'll give you a couple of seconds. Okay, I'm going to go back to the screen at this one. Now remember, I said I want you to write 8 lines. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is how long your poem should be. It's going to be a poem that tells a story, and lines should rhyme. These ones doesn't matter, those ones. This matters. I want you, your second line, your 4th one to rhyme. Okay, so this and this must rhyme, like net and set. Then when you write your second stanza, I want 6 and 8 to rhyme. So this will be number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Number 2 and number 4, I want them to rhyme. And then I want number 6 and number 8 to rhyme. You're welcome, praise. You guys can make any poem about anything, okay? As long as you use rhyming words in it, and as long as it tells a story. Litanda, you want another recipe? Bule, yes, I saw your secret recipe, and that is exactly the one I was speaking about when I said I'm going to try it this weekend. So thank you so much for that. I'm excited about it. Okay, I am going to put this other screen on again for you. Make sure you understand the instructions. Take a screenshot or write it down. So I want 8 lines, okay? 4 and then 4 again. 2 and 4, I wanted to rhyme. 6 and 8, I wanted to rhyme. I'm going to put my email on for you so that you can take a screenshot of that as well. Okay, you guys got it. Do you have any questions? Do you understand what you need to do for your homework? I hope to see all of your poems on my computer by tomorrow. Okay, good. I'm very excited about it. If you want to draw a picture with it, you are more than welcome. Okay, thank you for joining me today, guys. I hope that you are going to have an excellent weekend. And I hope to see all of you again on Monday. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.